And then we were disappointed we didn't get that fourth game in. And it was originally scheduled for Monday. We tried to push it to Sunday, and then we ended up. Their decision was not to try playing, and it ended up not raining. So it was kind of frustrating to sit in the hotel for 2 days, and then it poured on Monday. So unfortunately, we didn't get that one in.
What about Matt? I mean, obviously he had a pretty good outing. Started last year towards the end of the season for you guys, and now kind of a full-time starter this year. You really seen him get more comfortable?
Yeah, I think he grew as each week went by last year. Showed great toughness and confidence in himself and toughness within a game, even when he didn't have his A game, going a very competitive kid. And I think he and Coach Dietrich have hit it off very well, and he's added a fourth pitch, a changeup that's a quality pitch for him and gives him another weapon and refined his other pitches. And he does a lot of things well, fields a spot, hold runners, makes big pitches, and has really good stuff. So I was tickled that he received the award of being a pitcher of the tournament.
What about this weekend for you guys? Just home opening series. What are you excited about? What should fans, you think, see when you guys take the field?
Well, hopefully the weather will hold up and we'll have a good turnout of fans. And we've got a great opponent, Mississippi State. We went in there and didn't play very well last year, we didn't think, and they played a lot better than us, and they had a huge year. So anytime you bring an SEC team in any sport in, it's a challenge, and I think my guys are excited about playing in our own ballpark, and hopefully the rain will hold off enough that we can find windows of opportunity to get all three games in. And they've had a big turnover in personnel, but a couple of their young players that we thought were spectacular last year are back and doing big things already. So new coach comes with great credentials. I don't know him very well, but I hear he does a great job. So we'll see if we're up to the challenge.
Not to discount the games that you guys have played so far, but I mean, does this weekend feel significantly bigger, or at least a bit bigger in terms of just it's an SEC opponent and it's your home opening weekend?
Just because you want to protect your own turf and play well at home, and I think it has the earmarkings of possibly a RPI, significant RPI series. So you want to do well. You want to look back and go, gee, had we only done better in that series. So just responding to the last game that we played, we got beat pretty handily by San Diego, who I think is a good club, and whether it's an RPI weekend or not, just getting them off the deck and trying to win a series and just taking them one series at a time. I hate the old cliche, but they're all big, and this is the one that's right out in front of us.
Kind of had to play weatherman a little bit this year. From Fresno, and then last week, and now this week, it's got enough preparation now. Looks like you got to kind of keep an eye on the weather.
Yeah, I think the drought's over in California. They can, Mother Nature can get back up here in the Northwest, I guess. And
as good a day as you probably seen all year today.
Yeah, and that was the frustrating thing. When we were in Fresno, the weather up here was much better than theirs, and it's only cost us one game, and we're used to dealing with it. And Coach Ullman's our lead meteorologist, so hopefully he'll point us in the right direction on when we can play this weekend. It sure doesn't look great. Just talking about snow on Saturday and Sunday.
You guys had that last year with Michigan State, or two
yeah,
years
it had hail.
State game a couple years ago.
Our very first series here, we had snow flurries against Fresno State in our home opener after 28 years. So nobody wishes that on anybody, and hopefully it'll be dry enough to get our games in.
You like kind of the makeup of this lineup? I mean, it's sort of, you mentioned some young guys, some veterans, a lot of, kind of some speed at the top, and a couple of guys in the middle, and Pat Slapp's bringing a little bit of pop this year.
Yeah, Danny's off to a good start. He's clearly leading us in RBIs, and maybe that's we need to evaluate our lineup when you're 9 guys leading your team in RBIs. It's baseball, it's early, and guys are going to go through cycles of success, and for the most part, I've liked the way it's functioned. We've shown a little bit of an Achilles heel, or areas that we need to get better in, and we're addressing those, and that's kind of what you do. We're heavy with left-handed hitters, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of left-handed pitchers if there's a choice between a right-hander and a left-hander. And we're going to have to fare better left, I guess, left-handed hitter versus left-handed pitcher.
Warren good to go?
Yeah, he is. He's actually had 3 really good bullpens, including yesterday, and we're trying to find the right spot to get his feet wet. And I'd say for certain he's going to throw at least some this weekend.
These young guys, Nelson and Jovan, are giving you nice guys who can close, but if you get Brack in there, it looks like you've got some of those late innings that feel pretty good about the guys you can send out in those late innings.
Yeah, if we can stay in the game and stay close, and it might have the earmarkings of a year that we could stay in the game until the 7th, 8th, and 9th and find a way to win in the last third of the games like we have in recent history. So Brack's certainly dynamic and on the stopper watch list for a reason. He's very talented, and what Nelson and Jovan have done emotionally and physically so far has been very impressive.
Coach, you mentioned the Mississippi State series from last year that obviously didn't go the way you guys wanted it to. Is that in the mind of any of the guys going into this year, or is it just new team and also from Mississippi State, all the newness that they have as well?
Oh, I think the returning guys remember that series that we didn't play very well, and it could have been a lot worse. I mean, that place is notorious for their fan, I guess the environment or the atmosphere, or the enthusiasm their fans display, and because the weather was a little crummy there last year and it was spring break, we didn't have to face the formidable full house and all the tailgaters, but nonetheless, they're really good at what they do to get behind their team and against the other team, and it might have set us off a little bit emotionally. And I don't know if the revenge factor is big because it is a new year and new team, new chemistry, and they're a new team, but I think anybody wants to kind of bounce back and show better with after waiting a whole year.
All right, I'm going to ask kind of an out there question. Before every game, is there something specific you do as a ritual, or would you consider yourself a little superstitious, or?
You got about 3 hours.
Give us a small little snippet of your ritual or superstitions.
Well, I put my uniform on the same way. I write the lineup out the same way. I put all the scouting report stuff up the same way. I'm not real picky on eating, so I eat whatever comes in front of me. Of course, you just look at me. But I'm very superstitious, and I think typically most baseball coaches and players have a lot of that, and not all of them, but quite a few of us have those silly superstitions about what we do and when we do it.
As a team, is there anything collectively that you all do before a game?
No, I think it's individual, and I think each Coach Ullman's got his lucky rock that his son Kai produced for him, and in fact, we're blaming him for a crummy year last year because apparently we didn't have the rock, and so he made certain we had the rock this year. And I don't know everybody's superstition, but I think all of them would probably have an answer for it.
Thank you.
What kind of enthusiasm do you want to see from the crowd on the home opener?
Just be a normal Duck crowd, I think, too. We're so blessed here with a lot of things and facilities and support and the Duck Nation, and the tough thing for them in baseball and sometimes softball is to come out and deal with the elements. For those beer drinkers out there, there's an easier access to have a beer at a baseball game, that you don't have to just go to the beer garden. They're selling it all over the stands. So I think that might bring a few true baseball fans out, and all we would ask them is the same support that they have given us in the past, and they give all the athletic teams here.
Thanks, Coach.
You guys good?
All right,
Thanks,
yeah.
George.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, feels good.